welcome back to Conversational English Master. I'm Jack.
And I'm Emma. We're so happy you're joining us today. You know, one of the great things about online learning? It doesn't matter if there's a snowstorm outside, and there really is one right now here in Toronto, Canada, we can still stay connected and keep learning. And that's what this podcast is really about. Taking your English from the pages of a textbook and worksheets to genuine connection and real-world communication, no matter what the weather is like.
You got it. But before we get started, I just want to give listeners a quick tip. If you find the speed of our conversation a bit fast, you can slow down the playback pace on your app for the first listen.
That's a great idea. Then once you feel comfortable, you can listen a second time at regular speed to challenge your ear and see how much more you understand.
Today we're getting personal about the struggles of learning a language. Emma, I know you lived in Japan. How did you handle the transition from studying to actually speaking?
Honestly, Jack, it was a huge challenge. I literally spent a year studying before I spoke a word outside of the classroom. I was too focused on being a perfectionist in the classroom. The problem? As soon as I stepped out onto the streets of Tokyo, I felt totally in over my head. When I say in over my head, I mean that I was in a situation that is too difficult or complicated for me to handle. It means I tried to do more than I could manage and was struggling because the challenge was greater than my ability.
The idiom actually comes from the image of being in water that's deeper than your own height. If the water is over your head, you can't touch the bottom, and you might be in danger of drowning. I know that feeling well. It's like all the grammar you studied just disappears when a real person is looking at you. How did you break through that wall?
I had to change my strategy. I used to cram all my studying into one long night, trying to memorize 100 words at once. It didn't work. I realized that slow and steady wins the race. It means consistent, patient effort is more effective than rushing or trying to do everything at once. It's better to work steadily toward your goal, even if progress seems slow, than to burn yourself out with bursts of intense effort.
So what did you do?
Well, I started studying in small 15-minute increments every single day instead, and then I forced myself to talk to strangers to practice. It's a funny story, actually. I was in a coffee shop in Shinjuku, and I leaned over and asked the woman beside me for the time in Japanese. She definitely thought I was strange, though, because there was a giant clock on the wall in front of us both.
Ha ha! That must have been funny.
Yep, it was. But I was happy because she understood me, and I understood her, so it was a kind of breakthrough for me, even if it was a pretty small event.
I get it. That consistency is everything. I had a similar breakthrough with my French. I started watching movies to hear the natural flow of the language. I realized learning a language is not just about the words, it's about the culture and the emotion behind them.
And it's about the setting, too. I found that talking one-on-one was much less scary than trying to speak in a big group. In a group, the conversation moves so fast, and there is so much going on. But one-on-one, you can actually build a real connection.
Exactly. You have to be willing to feel a little vulnerable and take the plunge. Take the plunge means to finally commit to doing something important or risky after thinking about it for a long time. You make a bold decision and go for it, even though you might be nervous.
We have a lot of swimming expressions today. Imagine a super cold lake or pool you decide to dive into. You are decisive in taking action and then go for it. You take the plunge.
Right? Connection. Not perfection is the goal when you're learning another language. You know, even if you aren't living in an English-speaking country, you can still find language exchanges online or in person. It's the best way to practice while learning about someone else's life.
That's so true. I still did a Japanese-English language exchange when I came back to Canada. And speaking of connection, if you are finding this podcast helpful, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. It really helps our community grow.
Now, Emma, let's show our listeners how these idioms sound in a natural conversation. Let's pretend we are two friends having lunch and talking about a difficult new job.
Sure, let's do it. Action!
Hey, Emma, how is the new project at work going? You look a bit stressed.
Honestly, Jack, I feel in over my head. There is so much new software to learn, and I'm afraid I'll make a mistake.
Yeah, it's hard not to feel overwhelmed when you're new on the job, but don't worry, you just started. You're not going to learn everything in one day. It can sometimes take months to feel comfortable. Just remember, slow and steady wins the race.
You're right, but I'm supposed to be leading a meeting tomorrow and I'm really nervous, but I've done all the work. So now I think I just need to take the plunge and remind myself I've only been there a week. I'm nervous, but I know I just gotta do it.
That's the spirit. You're a great public speaker. You have nothing to worry about. And cut!
Great. Now it's your turn, listener. To help you remember these expressions, we are going to say them and wait for you to repeat them out loud. Let's start. I am in over my head.
I just need to take the plunge.
Remember, slow and steady wins the race.
Excellent. Speaking out loud is the best way to build your skills and begin to feel confident using these expressions.
We hope this episode helps you move closer to making those genuine connections and less worried about making mistakes. It's all part of the learning process. Keep going. You got this.
That's the right attitude, isn't it? Well, that's all for today. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe before you go, and feel free to post your own strategies for language learning in the chat. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time.
Take care. Bye.